Live from WTVO Rockford and your home team, Eyewitness News at 5 starts now.
As the Delta variant of coronavirus continues to threaten reopening efforts, President Biden lays out a six-pronged plan that he says will help stop the spread. A Rockford hospital undergoes a name change. UW Health CEO says the merger means more access to health care for state-line residents. Plus, after getting robbed at gunpoint, a woman's asked to take a break from her job. What her employer says needs to happen if she wants to come back to work. Good evening, I'm Mimi Murphy. Eric Wilson is off tonight. President Joe Biden lays out a plan that would require millions of unvaccinated Americans to get the shot. It's a six-point approach featuring vaccine requirements and booster shots and increased testing and mask mandates. The White House says will help keep kids in classrooms. All federal workers and millions of government contractors will be required to be vaccinated. White House officials say Biden will also direct the Labor Department to draft a new emergency rule that would require all businesses with 100 or more employees to ensure all workers are either vaccinated or submit to weekly COVID tests or face thousands of dollars in fines. One of Rockford's big three healthcare companies is changing its name. Swedish American Hospital is now UW Health Swedish American Hospital. All locations will take on the UW Health brand. The transition will take about a year and happen in phases. Signage and rebranding's already visible at the hospital. UW Health CEO Alan Kaplan says, as an academic health system, UW has a lot to offer the state line.
We have great capabilities. And we are bringing those capabilities to Rockford in a place where perhaps a community hospital would not be able to provide these services if we were not one organization working together for the betterment of the community.
The organizations had been partners in health for 5 years before the merger. Illinois lawmakers returned to Springfield today to vote on a clean energy bill. Eyewitness News is keeping you connected to the state capitol. The bill would provide a $700 million bailout for Exelon's Byron plant as well as the Dresden plant in Morris. The measure also enacts Governor Pritzker's climate change agenda, which includes 100% carbon-free power by 2050. Customers would see an increase of about $3.50 on their monthly electric bills to cover the nuclear and renewable supports. The Senate has already passed the energy bill. The Illinois Chamber of Commerce is urging lawmakers to vote against the energy bill. The organization says if passed, the state will see the largest electricity rate hike in Illinois history. The chamber calls the proposal flawed, adding the bill, quote, will dramatically increase costs and call reliability into question, but then doubles down by throwing an additional $200 million more at a solution that solves nothing. An early childhood center in Rockford was placed on lockdown this morning. It happened at Bayer on 15th Avenue. RPS 205 administrators say an unwanted visitor tried to enter the building but was stopped. Rockford police handled the investigation. Investigators did not release the person's identity. No kids or school staff were harmed and the lockdown was lifted. A local Subway employee defends herself during an attempted robbery. This happened Sunday morning at the restaurant on East State near 9th Street in Rockford. Rachel Perry talked with the woman today, and Rachel, she's been suspended from her job?
That's right, Mimi. She says she was scared for her life and in the moment decided to fight, but tells me the surveillance video, which is circulating online, is the reason she's suspended.
Give me all the money, and I said, I don't have no money. Like, I don't have no money. That's all I said. And he's just like, give me everything before I hurt you.
A typical day turns into a fight for her life. Araceli Sotelo was working alone at this East State Subway when a man walked in demanding money.
And then he just kind of like showed me his gun, and then I just kind of like I was kind of freaking out, like, whoa, you can't do that. Like, please leave. I won't call the police. Just please leave.
But the man didn't leave and grabbed her purse, so Sotelo fought back.
He's littler than me, so I'm like, I have that advantage. I'm bigger than him, so I could at least put my weight on him and push him or something.
She said the man's gun fell to the ground during the scuffle.
So he dropped it trying to hold onto my purse, and I end up pulling his sweater off of him. And I'm like, show your face, you're on camera. And then he's like, here, you could have your purse back, just give me back my stuff. Like, he wanted me to give him back his gun. I just hit him in the head with it. That's what he was doing to me.
Surveillance video from inside the subway shows the entire incident and was posted online. Now Sotelo is suspended from her job.
And then I get a call yesterday. It was like, if every of these videos aren't down offline, you will be suspended. And then I texted them and I'm like, how long am I suspended for? They said, so everything's removed offline. I have no ability to do that.
Sotelo tells me she didn't leak the video and says the owner is now ignoring her.
Like, they didn't want no one to know. Like, they wanted to be private that it happened to me and that I fought back. But I think that they did that because they don't want corporate to know.
I did reach out to the owner several times today and have not heard back. Police are investigating and the video is logged as evidence. Sotelo said the man didn't get any money from Subway, but he did steal her purse and broke her phone. A GoFundMe has been set up to help pay for the repairs on her phone. A link to that is on mystateline.com. Mimi?
All right, thanks, Rachel. Production shutdowns at Belvedere's assembly plant are continuing into the fall. Hundreds of workers were off the job several weeks in the summer. Now Stellantis, the facility's parent company, says employees won't be able to work during the weeks of September 13th and 20th. The stall is due to a global microchip shortage. The company says it will work closely with suppliers to prevent further supply chain issues and shutdowns whenever possible. Amazon's footprint is expanding in the state line, which means the company's looking to hire in all divisions. The corporation's looking to fill around 800 jobs in Rockford. RFD1 will call the old Bonton building on Shepherd Trail home. The facility will operate as a fulfillment center and production site. Workers will print custom shirts, phone cases, and pop sockets as ordered on demand.
Our site is selling and producing what people are expressing themselves with. And I think that's a really interesting thing to see. So, some of the most fun I've had is kind of walking to our printers and seeing, what someone is buying.
Applications open tomorrow. You can find more information on the Merch by Amazon site at mystateline.com. It's the slogan on Chicago's official seal, Urbs in Hordo, which is Latin for city in a garden. For decades, multitudes of people have enjoyed the colorful gardens of Grant Park and Navy Pier. But tonight on Destination Illinois, we're searching for the hidden gardens of Chicago. Julian Cruz leads the way.
100 yards from the mechanized roar of DuSable Lakeshore Drive, a soothing dose of nature in Lincoln Park.
You can hear the sound of water. The perimeter is protected. You don't hear much in the way of sounds of the city. This is a place to heal.
Soak up the serenity of this National Historic Landmark tucked away off Fullerton Parkway, the marvelous Alfred Caldwell Lily Pool, completed in 1938, attracting garden lovers young and old from every part of the globe, like this couple from Japan here to experience Caldwell's masterpiece.
Alfred Caldwell really wanted to bring the prairie into the city.
It's a garden surrounded by history. The city's oldest dwelling place, the 1836 Widow Clark House at 18th and Indiana, keeping watch over the Chicago Women's Park and Garden. The Helping Hands Memorial, honoring Jane Addams, the pioneering social reformer. The black granite sculpture garden offset by the brilliant hues of summer.
We come get our pictures taken here. We hang out here with the kids. We do our picnics here.
Nestled between the apartment buildings of Chicago's South Shore, discover a piece of earthly paradise, the South Merrill Community Garden.
Hello, little darlings.
Diane Hodges lovingly tends to her flowers, this 72-year-old force of nature, a horticultural visionary welcoming visitors to the sanctuary she's created.
Anybody wants to come and leave their footprint in the garden, they're more than welcome to come and be part of that particular art project.
The rich soil and vibrant colors of this urban refuge at 70th and South Merrill, providing what Hodges says is a therapeutic encounter with nature.
It's color therapy. We know that art is healing.
For visiting hours and activities, visit the South Merrill Community Garden Facebook page. For Destination Illinois, Julian Cruz, WGN News.
Now, your first warned Weather forecast with Chief Meteorologist Candace King.
Well, just like yesterday, we started off with plenty of sunshine as the sun kind of helped to warm the atmosphere. We had some fair weather cumulus clouds pop up here for this afternoon, and that's exactly what we have here late this afternoon and evening. A live look with our Mercy SkyTrack camera out in Freeport at the Park Hills Golf Course, intermixed with some of those cumulus clouds. You might have noticed a little more of kind of some haze coming in, the smoke and the fires from out west kind of getting caught up in the jet stream and moving a little bit further across the Midwest and the Great Lakes. Now, we still do have that northwesterly flow aloft as we're on the tail end of that low pressure system out over eastern Canada, but a big ridge of high pressure building out to the west, allowing temperatures to really soar out to our west. And that air mass moves in our direction as we head in towards the weekend. Now, while we do have a few clouds out there this evening, watching an area of low pressure moving into northern Minnesota, a little more cloud cover tied into that. That comes through around midnight. So that might help keep just a few clouds around, but we are still very dry here. So expecting those dry conditions to not only last through the night tonight, tomorrow, but also into much of this weekend. Temperatures in the 70s, 77 in Freeport, 78 here in Rockford, 75 in Janesville. Our weather watcher numbers, Ken in Belvedere this evening says it was a beautiful day, 76. Ben in South Beloit, 75, and 75 degrees for our weather watcher Bob here on the southeast end of Rockford. Once again, we are in the low 50s tonight, down around 53 degrees. Our wind for the most part stays light as high pressure really centers itself overhead, and wouldn't even be surprised again if a couple of spots fell into the upper 40s, some of those more typical cooler spots that we tend to see out to the west and down to the south. Tomorrow it is going to be warmer, 83 for tomorrow. This will likely be late in the afternoon. There is a warm front that'll lift up from the west and southwest, and that'll bring those temperatures up. So let's talk about these next couple of days. Things are very quiet for us here as we go through the night tonight. Another great night to sleep with those windows open. You're not going to have much of a breeze. Temperatures will be starting off in the low 50s, but with plenty of sunshine and dry air for much of the afternoon, we are going to warm very efficiently throughout the day. So through the 70s, low 70s already once we hit that noon hour, upper 70s, low 80s for tomorrow. Tomorrow night is going to be a little warmer, and that's because we hang on to a southwest breeze that'll only pick up as we go throughout the day on Saturday. So Saturday is going to be a windy day, and this will push the temperatures into the upper 80s and low 90s. That air mass that I'm talking about, that warmer air mass behind that front, now down across the central and southern plains, and you see temperatures are in the 90s. While we won't get quite as hot as some of those numbers, I would not be surprised if a lot of us reach the low 90s. In fact, forecasting a high, I bumped that number up, 92 for Saturday. It'll feel a little on the muggy end. So far we've had 30 90-degree days this year. On average, we have right around 15. So if we do hit that 90-degree mark on Saturday, it would be 31. And the potential is there that we could even see 90 again on Sunday, but it depends on where a cold front sets up. Now, here's what could happen. That cold front comes in Saturday night. Sunday, it could line up very, very close to the state line. Wherever that front ends up, north of it, look at that temperature spread in the 70s in southern Wisconsin, but you don't have to go that far down to the south where we could see the 90s. So we could have quite the spread in our temperatures as we go throughout the end of the weekend. Right now, I'm keeping that high on Sunday at 86. There is a chance that we could have some showers and thunderstorms Sunday late in the day. Late Monday into Tuesday, we might have to watch for a couple of active thunderstorms. Another cold front comes in on Wednesday, brings that temperature back down into the 70s, but it doesn't last because we're back into the 80s by the end of next week.
Now, the Napleton Sports Desk with Sports Director Scott Lepper.
The NFL season kicks off tonight with the Buccaneers and Cowboys going at it. Now, yesterday I gave you my outlook on the Bears and their season, so I pick up now with the Packers. It is Super Bowl or bust for them. Nothing else matters. This team will do whatever it takes to make that happen. The heartbreak from the last two seasons will drive them. Now, most people wanted the Packers to use their top draft pick on an offensive weapon for Aaron Rodgers. I think they made the right decision by drafting cornerback Eric Stokes. It was the defensive secondary that let down the Packers in the NFC Championship game against the Bucs. That Matt LaFleur's choice to kick a late field goal in the game and forgo a shot at the touchdown. I think Stokes can be a star in the NFL. The Packers did add weapons on offense in Amari Rodgers and Randall Cobb, and I believe running back A.J. Dillon will open eyes this season. I'd feel better about the Pack if they had David Bakhtiari and Corey Linsley back on the line instead of two rookies. And their defense needs Preston Smith to reemerge and Rashawn Gary to continue to get better. The Packers will not have any competition in the NFC North. I have the Packers going 13-4, the Vikings 9-8, the Bears 6-11, and the Lions 4-13. My big three teams in the NFC this season are the Buccaneers, Packers, and Rams. That looks familiar. It's the Packers offensive line again that makes me hesitate about putting them on top. And I love the Bucs defense, and they have plenty of weapons on offense. So the Bucs will be the team heading to the Super Bowl again. My big three in the AFC are the Bills, Chiefs, and Browns. The Bills are very deep with talent. I'm still not sold on the Chiefs' offensive line, and bad things happen to Cleveland teams. So the Bills will advance to the Super Bowl. As far as that big game goes, I have the Bucs meeting the Bills with Tom Brady adding to his ring collection with another title, 27-24. The Bills add another Super Bowl loss to their collection. As for Week 1, I see the Bears losing to the Rams 27-17. The Packers will get by the Saints 27-20. It won't always be pretty for the Pack after sitting out their top players the entire preseason, but they will get it done. That's my take. We'll be right back.
Candace will have a final look at the forecast in just a moment, but first, here's a look at what's to come on News Nation tonight.
Tonight on the Donlin Report, a new battle plan to address COVID from President Biden. But are Americans even listening as COVID deaths continue to skyrocket? Now here's Leland Vittert with a preview of On Balance.
Thanks, Joe. The divide on how to handle COVID. President Biden announces a big push to try and slow the spread, the changes he's making, and the changes he's avoiding. That's coming up on Balance tonight, followed by News Nation Prime.
You can catch News Nation tonight on cable and satellite stations you see here. You can also head to newsnation.com. Certainly a beautiful day today. I know we all know we need the rain, but today was really nice.
You know, if we could just get some rain overnight, you know, and that I think that would help kind of even things out. You get rain at night, and then you've got the nice afternoon during the day. But yeah, temperatures are going to warm up too, and our rain chances stay kind of few and far between a little bit here as we head into the weekend. Where you can follow those rain showers, the First Warn Interactive Radar on mystateline.com, and brought to us by Rockford Auto Class and more. Into the 50s tonight again, so nice cool start tomorrow, but we will warm nicely. 83, 92 though on Saturday, 80s next week.
Summer hasn't left yet. Thanks, Candace, and thanks for watching. See you at 6.